Stephen Lewis has been able to respond to the real needs because they give you that space, that platform to determine what kind of support that you want to give.
Zita langu ndini estate kopito ndakabarwa 1952 ekufuka 2014 ndine 4 anasari pano ari atatu ndo asare kuskuru 4 oti pana ndokutara kwakandiita kuti ambuya ari kutambudzika regai abatsirwa kufundisana.
More than 90% of these children are being taken care of grandmothers. For us, we've been able to set up these community-based structures, which are actually community-led.
Which is also a big impact.
Some organizations, they might give medical, they might give counseling, but at the end of the day, they do not have somewhere where they can say, you can come here and hide.
Pelgaso uya ku Musasa mbwandi letara nyayang pelgaso uya ku bashuta bana. So njono bamwe apandeta pelgaso no tandi suntega.
I think if there's something that stands out about the foundation's support, it's just around the flexibility of it. We always talk about the foundation as our all-weather friend, no matter what the organization goes through.
We would look at the plans that are related to child protection and psychosocial support that the government has not been able to implement. And from there, we would design a program.
Working with community-based organizations, it's an excellent approach because they are the ones who know the needs of children, like we are saying, are more sustainable. They are still continuing now.
I'm Naledi Nkani, 22 years of age. I think it's been 3 years now being part of the Pumulan support group. I think most of our conversations would get personal to a level that would find ourselves being counselors and therapists to each other, because if, for instance, we're talking about the right to good health, and someone would tell us, last night I slept on an empty stomach, and then would get to talk about it. Sometimes you'd find there are financial problems at home, sometimes they're living with alcohol abuse, and try to find solutions.
Our partnership with Stephen Lewis is that we found necessarily their influence. They were supporting what we want to do. Because we are on the ground, we know the issues on the ground. So instead of coming and say, this is what we fund and, directing maybe where we are going, but all the time they were supporting what we dreamed of doing.
SLF's finding the approach it's using of always being there helps us plan, or rather have a longer term plan of what we can be able to do. In the next 5 years, what do we want to do? where do we want to go?
You know, we've grown, evolved, gotten a lot of other support, but Stephen Lewis remains one of the longest standing, and we're speaking to almost 20 years now. And what that speaks to is trust, mutual trust.
We had recession, and then we had other challenges. Like recently, we are talking about COVID, because with some donors, you know, they had to even stop the funding. So the number of beneficiaries has been going down, but the vulnerability for the households has actually been increasing.
I think if Musasa was not here, the statistics of murders, the statistics of street adults, they would be high, because if it's not safe for the woman to go back home, she would stay in the streets.
My baby now is 3 months, a baby girl. It was difficult at first, but now I'm used to it. Second, but mukadzi fana kushinga kana une mwana fana kutoshinga kuti upenyu hwako huendeke.
Tinotenda zviri kubatsirwa, zviro zviri pakanaka.
Stephen Lewis has been actually supporting the organizations directly, having direct impact on the beneficiaries. Yeah.
There were times when there was nothing, absolutely nothing, but we have been able to get some emergency fund so that we still continue with proposal, fundraising, making sure that the organization is still running, and it's still running. Even today, we are still in operation.
I will say that I am very much wiser than I was 3 years back. I could tell when my rights are violated and when I wasn't fully taking responsibility for my rights.